Hello and welcome back to the David67 Celtic News YouTube channel. Today's video being recorded on holidays in Lisbon, so apologies for the lighting and the sound maybe not being up to the usual standard, but just kind of improvising in and around what's available in the hotel room. This video going to be a wee quick roundup of the most recent Celtic news, some interesting transfer stories, about players coming into the club, and a wee international roundup, and also a quick review of the recent review of the two key big incidents, controversial incidents in the recent Celtic Kilmarnock match. Before we do crack on with the actual video, please do, if you are new to the channel and not yet subscribed, please do click that subscribe button. Keep the numbers pushing further and further past 1,100. If you do like the video, please do click that like button and do feel free to pop your pleasant, polite thoughts, comments, opinions in the comment section regarding the potential ins and outs at Celtic and any other current Celtic matters. Celtic said to be making firm plans for a couple of signings in the January transfer window. The speculation regarding Celtic signing Lennon Miller from Motherwell is getting stronger and stronger. Motherwell are now setting an actual transfer fee. There are some sources saying £4 million, some saying £5 million, and there are stories that our big rivals from across the city are also planning a bid in the January transfer window, although I would guess, given their financial structure at the moment, they're going to have to sell a few players before they can release the funds, if Motherwell are asking for £4 or even £5 million. Did do a video about Lennon Miller just a few weeks ago, so on that video there is full depth regarding his stats and some highlight reels for him as well, but I do think Lennon Miller would be a great player for Celtic to sign. Good forward planning. I think he would be a good backup player, an occasional starter for a season or two, and as he gets better and better, becoming a full-time permanent Celtic starter for the long-term future. The other player being lined up yet again to come back to Celtic is Matthias Kvistgaarden, the very talented young Danish under-21 striker who also can play wide left and wide right. Celtic were said to have been looking at signing him in the last couple of summer and winter transfer windows. However, a fee couldn't be agreed between Celtic and Brøndby, and also Kvistgaarden was keen to stay at Brøndby for a further season to see about potential Champions League ambitions. He has had a particularly good season for Brøndby this year, 2024-25. He's had 20 games for Brøndby with 13 goals and 5 assists. His season-long rating 7.51, so clearly in very, very good form in the Danish Super League. Over his whole career for Brøndby in the Danish Super League, 108 games, 37 goals, 17 assists, so this season he has very much increased his goal scoring ratio to over 1 goal every 2 games. So far 19 under 21 games for Denmark with 7 goals. He's currently 22 years old. He is said to be very keen to leave Brøndby in the near future and move to a club with Champions League games, and so Celtic very much would fit that bill. And so it may be, if he does have the Champions League ambitions, that Celtic might well tick all the boxes. Some debate as to what would be the asking fee. Most sources are stating at least £5 million, and some up to as well as much as £8.5 million for Kvistgaarden. I did do a video on Kvistgaarden in the past as well, and so worthwhile having a wee look at those couple of previous Kvistgaarden videos, both of which had some highlight reels of his ability scoring goals and creating goals over the last couple of years in Denmark. Moving on to the recent deliberations of the expert panel who reviews the recent refereeing decisions. So this is not the Willie Collum monthly VAR video. This is simply the review panel that reviews things once a week. They have decided by a 3-2 split majority opinion that Rio Hatate should have got a red card for his tackle on Liam Donnelly against Kilmarnock, with the rationale being that he endangered his opponent, although I'm not quite sure how, albeit a slightly high challenge. He was withdrawing his foot, there was no force to it, and there was no injury. However, the expert panel, 3-2, said it should be a red card, not a yellow card. However, it is a yellow card because that's what went down in the book. And they said, however, by a 5-0 unanimous decision, that the elbow on Adam Ida early in the game, which smashed his face, caused him to have a nose injury and a bleeding nose and breathing problems for the rest of the match. That should have been a yellow card because presumably it wasn't endangering his opponent, although smashing them in the face with the elbow and causing it to be injured and bleed sounds to me like endangering your opponent. However, it will be interesting to see what the official Willie Collum VAR review panel video comes up with, and also interested to hear what the communication was between referee, VAR and assistant referee for those two decisions, and maybe also reviewing the later decision where Donnelly got a yellow card for his flying elbow challenge on Kasper Schmeichel's upper chest and neck area. Finally, just a wee roundup of the international games our players have played over the last 24 hours or so. Arne Engels played his first full start for Belgium in a 1-0 loss to Italy. He was said to have had actually a very impressive game in midfield for Belgium and received a lot of praise from the pundits and critics and fans. He's now played 3 times for Belgium, twice as a substitute, and now this was his first full start at international level. Dyson Maeda came on as a second half sub, playing the whole of the second half in Japan's 4-0 win over Indonesia. Rio Hatate came on for the last 10 minutes or so as a sub, and Kyogo remained on the bench throughout the game. Austin Trusty came on as a late sub for America, playing at left back in their 1-0 win over Jamaica. Liam Scales started and played the whole 90 minutes for Ireland in their 1-0 win against Finland, and again was said to have played very well again for Ireland, and was an important player in securing the win. And Viljami Sinisalo was an unused sub in the Finland against Ireland match. Later on today, Friday, Scotland will be playing Croatia, and Greg Taylor and Anthony Ralston are both in the squad. I would guess that Taylor will be on the subs-bench, but Ralston has a good chance to be starting at right back, depending on what formations Scotland send out. The other Celtic player who is likely to be in action today is Kasper Schmeichel. He'll be playing for Denmark against Spain in the Euro Nations League. Just about finishes things off for today's wee roundup video. I'm planning to do another video two whilst I'm on holiday here in Lisbon in Portugal, and also we are planning, weather permitting, a wee trip out to see the stadium where Celtic won the European Cup in 1967, although sometimes getting access to the stadium can be awkward as there is no formal tour of that stadium, and so it tends to be what's available on the day. So we'll finish things off from that point there. Just a wee reminder as we finish, if you are new to the channel, not yet subscribed, please do click that subscribe button, do click the like button if you like the video, and do pop your comments into the comment section. And so until the next impromptu video, goodbye and hail, hail.